The coolest part of the Artificer is the infusions, but it can be a bit confusing. There's a lot of options, and now with 2025 release, it's been updated with new rules and new optimization. Today, I'm gonna go over the new rules and tell you all the best magic items and even talk about why fueling them is a good idea. Apparently, there's a few people who looked at the 6th level feature and said it sucked, and it's like, huh? I thought it was obvious from the first reading that trading a first level slot to fuel Pipes of Haunting one charge is an amazing deal. You're basically turning a first level slot into a third level slot. Draining the magic item is useful too. You can use all the charges of Pipes of Haunting and then drain the entire thing for a spell slot. That's incredibly useful if you're out of everything. Anyways, welcome to Pack Tactics, where we played the Pipes of Haunting. I'm a bagpiper. Heads up, there's a lot of reading and it's the Artificer's main feature. If you fall asleep here, then this class is probably not for you. But I'm going to make it easier to digest. The plans are straightforward. They allow you to pick magic items. So right now at level 2, you get to pick 4. Then at level 6, you get to pick 5. Level 10 is 6. Level 14 is 7. And finally, level 18 is 8. Whenever you gain an Artificer level, you can replace one of the plans you know with a new plan. It's kinda similar to a spell list. To turn these plans into items, you need to finish a long rest. But you can only create 2 magic items at a time. As you progress, you can make more. 3 at level 6, 4 at level 10, 5 at level 14, and 6 at level 18. For optimization, it's noteworthy to mention that if you have an item that has charges like the Pipes of Haunting, you can skip the recharge roll by refreshing the plan through long resting. Keep that in mind. Every time you create an item from scratch, it's fully charged. If the item requires attunement, then you have the option to attune yourself to it the instant you create it. You do have the option to hand these out to your friends, by the way, but if it requires attunement, then they have to follow the normal rules. The duration of these items functions similar to a normal magic item, except if you die, they vanish after 1d4 days. And if you replace a plan you know with a new one, any magic item created with the replaced plan immediately vanishes. If this happens to a bag of holding and it has stuff in it, then the stuff spills out safely. Wands and weapons created through this feature do count as a spellcasting focus, which is very nice for gishing. All of this was the basics. Now let's look at the 2nd level magic item plans. You'll notice one of the options just says common magic item. That isn't a potion, a scroll, or a curse. It's got a little star on it. When we look into that, it says at the bottom you can learn this option multiple times and you must select a different item each time. Each item selected counts as a different plan. So you can't pick the same item multiple times anymore. In optimization, that was very common where everyone picked Pipes of Haunting over and over again, spell tattoos, and bags of holding for bag of holding bombs. This is a very big nerf. But the good news, or well, it depends on what you think about it. This nerf is temporary. You know that feature that everyone says it sucks? You know, the 6th level feature here. That has an option called Transmute Magic Item. That allows you to take a replicated magic item and turn that into a different magic item. That item has to be one of your plans. So you can turn an alchemist jug into a bag of holding. When you do that and you have a bag of holding already, that won't delete your replicated magic item bag of holding. So you can get the same item multiple times. It's just more annoying for balance reasons, I suppose. So every day, if you really want to, you can eventually turn every single plan into a bag of holding. The transmuted item doesn't revert back to the previous item. I feel like a lot of people don't realize this. And because of that, people think the new Artificer is weaker. That's just not true. It's way stronger. It's more annoying to deal with, but as soon as you hit level 6, base class-wise, the meta is very similar to the old. It's just crafting is much more important now. I made a video about that if you want to know more about magic item crafting. But yeah, now you know everything. Optimization is really easy from there. You find the best magic item, like Pipes of Haunting, and then you transmute every replicated magic item into Pipes of Haunting. That way you have multiple of them. That's it. That's the meta. Now, some people will view that as boring, and I do understand where they're coming from. So to thicken the video, we're going to dive into some magic items and talk a little bit about them. I'm still just going to point out the best ones. By the way, I've been approached by RPG in the Jungle. They want to welcome me and 6 other players to their resort for 5 days of immersive tabletop gaming that's in a castle in the middle of the jungle. I'll be your DM for all 5 days. If you haven't heard of this, there's a group of artists who bought a piece of Peruvian Amazon. They run a one-of-a-kind resort there. They have a huge art collection centered mostly around RPG-related themes. The resort is an all-inclusive experience. Me and 6 other crazy kobolds and gators will basically share meals, drinks, and adventures in the jungles of the Amazon in real life. And in-game, we'll be venturing into the dangerous jungles of Jolt. Tickets aren't available yet. I've been asked to gather a group of 6 people to agree on travel dates and stuff. We're aiming for fall or winter of 2026. If this is something you're interested in or want more information on, please shoot me an email at packtactics@outlook.com. I definitely want this to happen. It sounds really fun. Come play a campaign with me in the jungle. Maybe we'll see some wild gators, who knows? Anyways, back to the video. Starting at level 2, first up is Alchemist Jug. It's an easy moneymaker. You can sell acids and poisons for quite a bit of money to fuel magic item crafting in the future. I 100% recommend picking this up at the start. It's also useful for survival games as well. You do of course replace this later. It does eventually become crap. Bag of Holding, it's for carrying things. Auto pick. If you get 2 of them, which I basically told you how to, you can shove one bag in the other to create a no-save black hole, which can permanently banish someone. This is a classic way to get rid of super bosses like a Tarask. A Find Familiar Owl can be the creature who sets off the bomb. Setting this off is a lot easier now too, because the bags no longer weigh 15 pounds each. They're both 5 pounds in 2024. It is absolutely worth transmuting these bags. Just be careful with them because, well, you might get sucked in and then you lose your character. Also be careful with your items. I once lost 3 weeks worth of rations through a bombing like that. Funnily enough, the person I banished was a Flaming Fist captain. They kept bullying us. It was so annoying. They're still alive, by the way, with food. They just can't escape. They're stuck. We can't even get them out. Spellwrath Tattoos. The first level variant is a common magic item. The common pick here is usually Find Familiar or Gift of Alacrity. Find Familiar is usually the best one. There's quite a bit of tech in here as well, but I don't really feel like going through it because it's probably not allowed. Armor of Gleaming. You can just pick half plate to get it early or full plate if you have the proficiency. Manifold Tool. This is for crafting magic items. If you have a friend with Arcana proficiency, they can attune to this and help you craft magic items faster. I talked about that in this video here. Link in the description. This is really important stuff, by the way. You should 100% be crafting through the DMG if you care about optimization. If you don't care about optimization, then you don't need to craft. The rest are pretty obvious. I'm just going to put them on the screen for you to read. The selections varies a lot from build to build at level 2, but as soon as you hit level 6, everything in optimization becomes kind of the same. It gets a lot easier to map things out. Now, level 6, we finally get Transmute, which means you can make an extra bag of holding, which is a good idea in case of emergency. Sometimes you have to black hole a boss. Like for example, that captain I was talking about, that was a boss. We were actually losing against them, so I bombed them with a Find Familiar. Anyways, optimally for the most part at this level for any Artificer build is you're out for the items that have a lot of charges and or have powerful charges. We stop caring about the +1s and stuff and care about the actual features the items are providing. Like for example, Weapon of Warning. This is an auto pick. It doesn't matter what it is or who attunes to it. Just have it. All your friends within 30 feet will have advantage on initiative. This broken item surprisingly got boosted in 2024. Now I don't recommend clinging to this for too long because you should get this crafted into a real magic item as soon as possible. That way it will open up your infusions more and crafting this is pretty easy. You either need woodcarver's tools or smith's tools. Again, it doesn't matter what you craft. It can be a club, it can be a dagger, whatever. Now, out of everything on the 6th level list, Pipes of Haunting is the absolute best. It's 3 charges that make each creature of your choice within 30 feet make a DC 15 wisdom save. On a fail, they are frightened for 1 minute. That's incredibly good control. It has the same power as a 3rd level spell, and you get a lot of charges, especially if you transmute more. Don't sleep on this item. It's one of the best, and it doesn't require attunement. You should get the bagpipes, and if you have to, it's absolutely worth sinking spell slots into this monster. This is your go-to item you use in every hard fight. It saved me so many times. 10 out of 10 item. Wand of Magic Missiles. This doesn't require attunement or a spellcasting feature. Anyone can use it, even a familiar or a homunculus servant. So this is a huge damage increase for the party. It's absolutely worth grabbing. It's also 7 charges, which is a ton of ammo. Wand of Web. The DC got nerfed, but don't let that fool you. 7 charges of web is a ton of ammo, and the difficult terrain is automatic. So this is an automatic pick. Really, Weapon of Warning, Pipes of Haunting, Magic Missile, and Web are auto picks. And the Web Wand is probably what you'll be spamming the most. Again, it's 7 charges. That's basically it here. Some of you might be eyeballing spell refueling, but it would just be better to transmute it to an actual Pipes of Haunting instead, or a wand because you get more ammunition. Getting a wand with 7 charges is just so much better. Now for level 10 items, the first thing that comes to mind is Broom of Flying. It's super broken. Not only do you have insane speed, but flying up can default kill half the game. You would have to be really stupid to think Artificers are worse than the old version at this point. There's some people who actually believe that, and they didn't try at all. Okay, so the next 2 items are so strong that they will most likely be banned. I'm serious when I say Artificer is the strongest halfcaster in the game. It's because of stuff like this. Misium Apparatus, classic. It's a setting-specific item, but it's so mechanically interesting that there are whole builds around this item exclusively. These builds are called Mismages. The reason why Artificers can't attune to this item is because the item is older than the old Artificer. This thing is ancient. What it does is it lets you cast any spell on your class's spell list which you have the spell slot for. So if you multi-class 1 level into Wizard next level, you'll have all the 3rd level spells of a wizard at your disposal. There's more to it though, like failure chance, but for more information check out this video where I go over a Mismage build. Link in the description. Next, this is the biggest one. Deck of Wonder. It's currently the most broken magic item in the entire game. This deck has a number of permanent benefits while including only temporary drawbacks. Whenever you have some free time, you might as well draw as many cards as you can to get proficiency in wisdom, intelligence, and or charisma saving throws. You can also get gold and magic items through this. The saves are by far the biggest benefit here, but infinite gold and magic items are insanely good too for obvious reasons. DMs, if you're watching this video, you should ban this item. It will ruin your game. Now for level 14 items. Cube of Force, it got nerfed, but it has 2 charges of Wall of Force, which is insane. Every Artificer can get Wall of Force now. This is an auto pick. You can give this to your servant or familiar or whatever, and make them concentrate on Wall of Force. They have to attune to it though. Also remember, you can transmute more cubes. Instant Fortress. This was also nerfed, but has no save push, which is huge control. And there's a whole building in the way, providing cover. Cover is the best defense in the entire game. Enemies can break this, by the way, but who cares? You can just make another one the next day. Next, Necklace of Fireball. It has tons of ammo and it doesn't require attunement. Pick it up. Great for your fine familiar and servant as well. You can arm both of them at the same time. Double fireball in one round. You can maybe even triple it if you throw one as well. There's so much potential here. And last, and definitely not the least, bag of beans. This is for high optimization, where the party wants golden eggs to turn themselves into gods. I am not joking. That's actually what high optimization tables do. I've played at those games. There's more you can get, like you can get some fruits that function like potions, or sprout a pyramid that can be a dungeon with magic items. A few years ago, I played with a party that got the pyramid, and we managed to get a wish early and a sphere of annihilation. That's a big deal. That's god tier loot. At high optimization parties with downtime, you're just planting beans all day to get crazy items. I made a whole video about it. Link in the description. It's one of my favorite items of all time. It's so fun. Anyways, that's basically it. That's the optimal list. There might have been some stuff I missed. And really, we're not looking for single charged items. We're mainly looking for multiple charged items. So that's why I didn't include the new tattoo and stuff. Anyways, this Artificer is clearly way stronger than the old version by miles. With a team that cares about actual resources, this class will make everyone so much stronger quicker than normal. This is amazing. I am so impressed with this class. End the video. If you're interested in an awesome vacation trip, consider RPG in the jungle. You'll have a good time with me and Gator. Send me an email if you're interested. Anyways, thank you for watching. Bye bye!